Let's get rolling. It's a PropAholics showing. Listen, if you're a live watcher and you're debating between watching the press conference or me, let me tell you why you pick me. Because the replay of the press conference changes nothing. The replay of PropAholics means you don't get to be a part of the show. So if you're sitting here deciding, I know KZ had said it during the stream yesterday, you're better off joining in, having a good time, watching Propaholics live. And then, like I'll do, you'll catch the press conference later tonight or potentially tomorrow in the early hours of the afternoon. This is also not a press conference where we're really expecting too much chaos. If it was a Conor McGregor comeback press conference, for a fact, even I would be watching. I wouldn't be doing the show at the same time as that. But the fact that we have a, you know, probably bland presser, which is normally the case, I don't think y'all are missing much. W. Coltrane, man, he chatted up with me during the member stream last night. I am a propaholic, and that's okay. Listen, bro, if you're joining me for propaholics, usually the prop side is winning, bro. So W Coltrane, bro, thank you for being a propaholic. I hope everybody's doing well. Hello, hello. This is content piece 3 of the day for me. Same as yesterday with 3. So I'm pretty locked in for the numbered event fight week. We're going to do props for every single fight on the card. Each and every fight on the card. Okay? So let's get ready to bring it up. Let's make sure this looks good. Get the prop screen looking a little more snazzy. Because currently it looks very bland. Been a while since we done Propaholics, so feels damn good to be back. Hope you guys missed me. If you haven't been watching the other content, I hope you guys missed me. If you have been watching the other content, I know you missed this show here, the Propaholic Showcase. It's always a good time. All right, let's see. Does that look funky or is that good? I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty sharp. Obviously, we're not starting with the main event, but I'll leave this up just so the folks know what we're getting ready to get up into. Okay? What's up, people? What's going on? Welcome to Propaholics. If you're new to Propaholics, we run through the whole card. I throw polls for the chat about the favorite props, and we make magic happen. And that's really it. We look for the value on the line, as well as the props that have the highest chance of actually hitting. Now, I will tell you guys, I got a good feeling about some props on this card. I definitely am intrigued by some potential disagreement with you guys and hearing arguments on the opposite side. If you guys watched my video earlier today, I would say it was rather based as I pushed hard on the Paddy the Baddy side. I know some folks didn't love that, but like majority of the people are with me on Team Paddy. So we'll see what gets a roll. And we'll jump into the props in a minute. I'm going to drink a little coffee. I'm hanging out, having a good time. And I'm bringing the thunder per usual. Do I see any value on Hokit sub? It's possible. But Denzel Freeman isn't an awful grappler. Justin has been sub all the grapplers he faced aside from Tony, and that don't count. Exactly. I'm a bit of a homer for the boxing guys, but I also know an elite striker when I see one. Ty should get a KO. Very confident. I like to call. AJ's trolling me, putting out a whole video against my dude. I did that just for you, PDX. I should have dedicated that video to you. You, MJ, a couple of the others that are hard on Gaethje. I'm giving you guys a hard time on the opposite side. Hey, regardless if you agree or not, I don't think it's easy to argue with my points that I laid out in that video. What's up, KZ? Oh, Paddy the baddie. I want to get into it ASAP. I prefer this show not being 2.5 hours. Prefer 90 minutes or less, honestly. If it's 2 hours, it's 2 hours, but I want to get some notes done for 325 tonight. So your boy's pretty much all the way back on business. Why does this look so funky today? Like, what am I doing wrong here? That looks too small. That looks weird. Something looks off kilter. I don't know what it is. Maybe I have to zoom out a little bit. I don't know. We might have to play with the sizing a little. I think for now, this is pretty good, though. Okay. That looks solid. That looks solid. But yeah, get your votes in for the picks. We're going to go all the way down. And we're just going to get started now. I know more people will join as we move up the card. There are going to be a good amount of people joining later as the press conference wraps up here momentarily. We got Adam Fugitt versus Ty Miller to kick things off. It feels like one of those situations that I have to emphasize. I think it's like a no-brainer pick. You know, it has to be. It has to be. It's like a no-brainer pick. I feel like you can't really overthink the pick too much for this one here. I don't know. It seems like one of those situations where it's like if you find yourself thinking too much about Fugit, you might end up leaning to the wrong side. I expect Ty Miller to box him up. I expect Ty Miller to land some big shots. And I'm also going to expect not only Ty Miller to win, but I think Ty Miller should probably lay him out. I think Ty Miller by KO makes a lot of sense. Now, the poll is incredibly wide favoring Ty Miller, as I knew it would be. But I think an interesting discussion to be had is going to be upon how are we going to line things up, as far as the prop betting side. I feel like this is something that I think some folks are going to be intrigued by. Sorry if that looks funky, but what I want to do is actually also bring my notes up for you guys to be able to see. All right, let's bring this here. Let's bring that here. Okay, so we can bounce through with the tail of the tape, and then I want to get some notes down as well. You guys can read on screen just so we have everything here. I think, you know what, it looks kind of good like this. All right, we'll leave it there for now. So, first things first, we have to check these betting odds out before I decide to run into any props yet. So, let's look at the screen. All right, props on the table. So, I'm going to ask you guys in chat. I expect some answers from the people watching. I definitely need you guys' help. All right. I think Ty Miller by KO feels like the no-brainer to add in as a potential option. Now, the odds for a Miller KO at -130 are not that exciting. It's not a line that gets people jumping up and down. But ultimately, it seems like a very viable outcome. And I anticipate most likely the way Ty Miller is to win this fight is to go out and show out with the hands. So Ty Miller by KO is going to be the first thing that I write down here. And you can see it right in front of you there. If the sizing needs adjustment, let me know. A new element of PropAholics is I wanted to get you guys some of the data just right on screen. For those that like to screenshot it, I felt like how I did it before, I send it to the Discord after. But for those that aren't members, I still want to give you guys a chance to have everything in front of you so you can see exactly what the conversation was. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, first things first, we got it in. Okay? First thing first is bam, bam, bam. It's in the house. KO, Ty Miller. Obviously, I'm going to put that on the lineup. Now, I think that you can consider something. Ty Miller's finishes, specifically his knockouts, the two that he has are both in the first round. So I would rather add in an option for you guys to vote on the upper end of, the value, which is Ty Miller by first round KO, which sits at a plus 175 tag. I will tell you, I think that it depends upon if Adam Fugitt's chin is completely cooked after getting flattened by Dulatov. I see KZ in chat. He's not Dulatov. Yeah, I agree. I'm not arguing that point at all. I understand the mentality. I don't think you're crazy for having that take. And I'm not necessarily even sitting here with any bit of disagreement on that. But still, still, I'll put it as an option. Get your votes in. Something that I think you could also consider if you feel that the savviness of veteran skills is a factor in the fight. Over 1.5 at -166 doesn't seem like a terrible idea. So those are three of the early props that I've wrote down. Now I'm going to ask the chat, what do you want as far as another prop to put on the slate? You know, what is something that is calling your name as a prop to put on the slate? Obviously, the Miller win side, there's no disagreement. Nobody is picking Fugitt. I mean, there's 13%, but essentially nobody is picking Fugitt. What is something that calls you as far as the props go? Round one is already written down. We also have KO written down. We have over 1.5 written down. Is there something else that you feel a little bit better about in under 2.5 rounds? I'm seeing. Let me see what that lineup looks like. -158. It's in the running. Ends inside distance is -210. Okay. Ends inside distance. Not bad. Not shabby. Not too shabby now. Fight won't start round 3. Let's see what fight won't start round 3. Fight doesn't start round 3. Oh, -120. Loki Miller has fought cans. Fugitt by decision. Damn. Fugitt isn't terrible. Totally fair take. Totally fair take. It's a quality take. It's a respectable take. Miller rounds 1 or 2 plus 115. Fight going the distance line sits at plus 170 if you got fight goes distance. You like the under 1.5? Okay. 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 So we have the over 1.5, which I'll leave. And I think the people that like distance will also consider that. As of right now, I'm favoring doing fight ends inside of the distance or under 2.5 rounds as an option to be lined up. So you guys tell me now. I need to see the votes just directly in the chat. Do you want me to go under 2.5 or fight ends inside distance? Because that is going to be your lineup. Now, of course, if you think the fight ends by KO in round 1, well, that's available. If you think the fight goes under 1.5, available. You can still get a reference read just by basing it upon how people are going to be making the votes and whatnot. But I can only unfortunately do 4 options in the poll. So it doesn't let me do endless options. I will close out the poll because I think it's redundant to leave it open for any longer because Miller is an obvious pick by the people in chat with 82% of the community going for him. All right. Well, I'm going to put under 2.5 as an option at -158. Now, of course, there's variance depending on what book you use. And if you don't have under 2.5, maybe you have, fight ends inside the distance instead. Obviously, you can go out and throw down on something like that as well. So even if you don't have the exact props available, there is, a bit of critical thinking you can do to find something rather similar. So I am going to line up with the 4 prop options, and you should see them on your screen now. I will also showcase them right in front of you here. Actually, let me zoom it in so you can get a better look at it. So these right here are what I call the savage calls. Which one is going to win? We shall see. We shall see. Right, Miller versus Fugitt. I want to say I'll make that a little bigger. So for those that want to screenshot what was written down as the big 4, give it a write down. Give it a gander. Give it a look. I want to give you guys, even though graphically this is like not the most impressive work I've ever done, I just feel like efficiency wise, having the doc page is just a good strategy to kind of clear everything so you can see it all in front of you. All right, there we go. This is how it's looking so far. And from here, we'll be able to decipher where the community stands. Hello to everybody. If you just tuned in, what's up, guys? I hope you all are well. Welcome back to the show. Ty Miller round 1 or 2. I like that call. I think that's very live. I like Ty Miller 1 or 2. I'm a regular. This is the first PropAholics stream. How accurate are we usually? We've hit some big ones. We have, I would say, my method of victory picks. If you watch UFC prediction tracker, I came in number 1. Ty's so good at boxing. I don't see a world where he doesn't land massive shots. The guy in Contender Series wasn't made of stone. He would have had a finish early. Exactly. That guy is a freak. He had that X addict durability. So as of right now, Miller by KO has jumped pretty far ahead. I anticipate Miller by KO to end up being the winner at the all of it, but let's see. We'll let it keep running. Keep getting your votes in. W to the chat. Good to see you guys. I'm happy I'm here. All right. I'm happy I'm back. I'm happy to have this conversation with you guys. There is seemingly a lot of love on Miller by knockout. I'm not surprised. I expected that to be the A side of the prop calls. And, you know, you don't have to chase time or anything like that, which is a nice feeling. There we go. There we go. There we go. Bana bum 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 bana bana. KZ sick of the John Silva barking. Oh shit. What's up, Beep? What's up, bro? What's up, Gucci Mamba? Good to see you guys back on business, man. All right, I'm gonna let the poll run for another 30 to 60 seconds, but as of right now, it's really not close separating first and second place. So with over a 20% point margin, you know, there really isn't much hope of a shift or anything like that. Not saying I would hope for a shift. I like the idea of Miller by KO being the favorite prop because that's my favorite. You think Miller decision about to ruin a lot of parlays? Let's look. What is the Miller by decision line? Just out of curiosity. Bring it up. Miller to win via decision sits at plus 225. You can see it right there highlighted by me. Plus 225. If you do like Miller by decision, well, you know, you could consider it. Maybe it's something that's calling your name. Maybe it's something that you want instead. If you're against it, that's cool. All right. So 50% of the community has decided they are going to ride with the side of Miller to win by a knockout in first place. So if you plan on following fight for fight, I'm going to keep bringing this up. And at the end, we'll review it one last time. You want to screenshot the community poll votes so you can get a better idea. At least you have it right in front of you, which was my plan going forth. I know some people have mentioned they like the graphic that I used to do for the winner, but I said to myself, why make a graphic just for the winner? Why not just show everything in a document? So though it may not be as aesthetically pleasing, efficiency is number one priority with a show like this. And I'm blessing y'all with some efficiency. Now I'm going to throw the poll up for the next fight on the card. If you've tuned into any of my prediction shows, you know that I'm not very intrigued by gambling on this fight, nor am I very excited for this matchup. And the matchup at hand that I'm talking about is Ricky Turcios versus Cameron Smotherman. This is a matchup between two guys that I think have pretty low ceilings as far as the UFC level goes. I don't anticipate either guy to take this to a world championship or anything like that, but I am going to predict that the slightly more athletic striker pulls off the victory in Cameron Smotherman. Though Ricky Turcios has a tricky jiu-jitsu game, his stand-up is rather horrendous, and he's definitely on the slower side. I do not favor Smotherman to win by knockout. I think a decision makes the most sense. There is a light possibility of maybe Turcios getting to his back and finding some type of, submission threat from the back position, but I am not very interested in gambling on a guy like Turcios, nor am I interested on gambling on somebody like Cameron Smotherman. So it becomes a position now where, for the sake of this show, I need options. I am going to pick over 2.5 as a potential option. Let me just write down the names of the fighters. So over 2.5 at minus 275. Probably. Probably. It probably goes over 2.5 rounds. You know? My prediction is Smotherman by decision, which sits at plus 110. I don't like that bet though. Now, regardless of the width of the poll, I'm curious if there's any loud voices in the chat. Is there anybody that, besides its duds, saying Turcios by decision, is intrigued by a Turcios to win by decision prop bet? As far as the line for a Turcios decision, you're looking upwards of plus 250 to even as far as plus 350. If you like over 1.5, you really can't do much with it because it's at 5-1 odds. Let's see here. Anything intriguing? I believe the Turcios plus 3.5 sits at minus 160. Live to come through, but not something I'm crazy about. Smotherman decision is the absolute best bet, but the true path is skipping this garbage. Agreed. Agreed. Decision or fight goes distance line, that sits at minus 250, dude. So you're not getting much of a kickback for a matchup like this. There really isn't all that much you can do. Kyle Poppy like Smotherman KO 2 or 3. Let's see. Smotherman KO. Do they have a 2 or 3? I have 1 or 2. I have 3 or decision. Smotherman KO by itself, if you are intrigued by that lineup, sits at plus 335, but recognize Ricky Turcios is durable. If you do like a Turcios subline, I don't blame you. Hey, Parlay Princess, thank you for 199, my friend. We are disgustingly back. Let's go. Absolutely disgustingly back. Thank you for tuning in, buddy. Good to see you, man. I hope all has been well throughout the UFC break. And welcome to the PropAholics show, bro. All right. So as of right now, we have over 2.5, Smotherman by a decision and Turcios by a submission. Smotherman round 3 or decision. If you like that, useless, just for you, I will add that in. Smotherman wins in round 3 or a decision. Minus 110. Does that interest you at minus 110? Or do you want me to leave it out? Truly, the decision is yours. Smotherman by unanimous decision plus 135. Yeah, I hope I never have a 6-week break again either, bro. John Silva round 2. We'll get to that fight in a little bit, buddy. Let's focus on one fight at a time. As of right now, there are only 3 props that have really been heavily mentioned, but for the sake of the one person in chat mentioning a Smotherman by knockout call, I will just put it in there, though I do not think it happens because today I want to give you guys a bit of variety and options for what you can vote for in the poll. Now, 81% of the community has decided not only does Cameron Smotherman win, but Cameron Smotherman wins rather impressively. And I think it's, relatively handily, seems like the consensus. But Turcios is very awkward. He's a weird fighter. And I understand some people having a bit of pause on betting it, me included, because I don't think Smotherman has proven himself to be reliable. But my God, he should beat Ricky Turcios. It's one of those situations for me, which not intriguing to gamble on. So you can get your votes up in the poll now. I am also going to share the screen that has the props that are available. So if you want to screenshot, the community has decided that these are essentially the big 4 of what you can throw down on here. And listen, get your votes in. We'll see what the winner is. I'll leave the poll up for a little bit as I answer some fucking questions here. Turcios by sub scares me. Listen, it's plus 750. He's known for his grappling. Maybe. 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 Leave a like for bro. Shit's free. You're right, man. Be like KZ, guys. Hit the like button. I've been dropping content like a menace to society today. I don't know if you guys have checked out the content earlier. We had an absolutely poppin' live stream that blew past, and I'm really impressed by it. Blew past 100 likes in less than an hour, which is absolutely badass for a lunchtime live. We had my recent video blow past 1,000 likes, and honestly, it's a video that, is for the cult community. And another blessing is we hit 56,707 subscribers today. After a long UFC hiatus, it feels good to be getting some rhythm back and actually getting some new followers as I approach 57,000 subs. So that's pretty fucking cool. I'm pretty excited. And if you don't know, tomorrow is Lunchtime Live episode 200. So that's really cool. I'm excited as hell for Lunchtime Live episode 200. This is pretty major shit. 200 episodes of Lunchtime Live is insane to me. And, God bless, because I'm very happy to have the people supporting. And we got, 200 episodes deep tomorrow. It's more than just an episode. It feels like a spectacular, I unfortunately don't have any crazy plans for the show. I mean, I'm going to hang out with you guys, have a great chat, watch the weigh-ins with you, conversate, but no marquee guest or anything like that. Like we don't have any UFC fight. I don't have Sean O'Malley on, unfortunately. UFC wouldn't be the same without your content. Hey, W, Holly. W. $250K AJ this year. I feel it. Let's go, Hybrid Nation. But yeah, episode 200 should be really cool. Want to put a grand on the fights to win 1K? That's the move. Listen, bro, then pick some smart calls. Oh, to win 5K. Okay, different. No, Justin's not pulling out. Don't fall for the trap on these fake Instagram accounts. Wow. Smotherman by decision is the vote of the people, and it's not even close. I'm going to close out the poll because, it's just a waste of time to leave it up. So, Smotherman to win via decision is an overwhelming favorite call by the people, sitting at 50% of the community's picks in the chat. So 50% of the people watching think that Smotherman wins via decision. Surprisingly enough, in second place is actually Smotherman by knockout, sitting at 23%. And then an over 2.5 at 20, and then Turcios by sub seems like a low likelihood hit. The odds reflect the percentage of confidence by the people watching. You're going to be at millies, I predict, by 2030. Let's go, Hibernation. I love every savage that tunes in. We got 147 people watch right now. I love all of you. I'm blessed to have you all. I appreciate everybody that tunes into the show. It means the world to me that you guys enjoy my takes on this fucking amazing sport that I love. So, W to the people watching, man. Absolute W. All right, let's keep on moving up the card. We got some more action to get into as we continue on up. We got a heavyweight fight up next. Fight number 3. Here we go. We have Josh Hokit versus Denzel Freeman. Listen, dude, I think that you have to just close your eyes and pick Josh Hokit. I can't really with any bit of confidence say that Freeman should have much of a chance. Why do I think he doesn't have much of a chance? Well, I'll tell you this. He doesn't have great punching power. And a guy without fight-stopping power versus a guy who's fast, good at wrestling, and younger, where do we see victory for Denzel Freeman? Because his best skill set is his wrestling, and that's Hokit's strong suit. Hokit's younger by 6 years. Hokit's just as tall. I guess you could say one thing about it is the reach, but damn, Denzel Freeman chooses to be passive. That Marek Buyo fight was absolutely awful. I don't know if all of you guys watched that fight. It was the first fight of the night. Nobody really gave a shit. It was one of the most boring fights I had ever seen. It was a pitter patter spar. And I promise you, the UFC is praying. If Dana White doesn't want any fighters to lose since mid 2025, well, the UFC matchmakers are like, let's hope that fucking Hokit whoops some ass here against Denzel. I do think Hokit is going to go out and show out. I don't think this fight should be relatively close. It should be pretty much one-way traffic. Now, the betting lines for the fight have Josh Hokit sitting around the minus 220 mark as the favorite. So, he's a bit of a fair size money line, but not crazy wide for a heavyweight with a lot of potential. I expect many to assume that Hockett's pathway is finished because he's built his entire career off getting wins inside of the distance. And I think that inside of the distance has to be a votable option. Odds are, majority of the people, if they're picking based on confidence, are probably going to pick Hockett to win inside of the distance anyways. Now, you can actually capitalize nicely if you were to Mystic Mac it, right? Because you are looking at plus 275 for both KO or submission. Because of my own curiosity for what you guys are doing, I am rather curious if the KO or decision line is going to be more sought after. The fact that they're both at plus 275, I'm actually going to put both of them on the lineup. So this is going to be a bit of a spot where you guys are kind of telling me what side is the A side according to the masses, man. Hokit is extremely good. He knocked out my teammate Max Gimenez last time, and Max is the nastiest grappler I ever trained with. Don't overthink it. Denzel mid as fuck. I think so. I think it's a finish for Hokit. Okay, we like Hokit round 1 or 2. I'm willing to put that in the lineup. Hokit round 1 or 2. Let's see what that lineup looks like. Plus 150. Hokit round 1 or 2. I'll put it on. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys what the chat seems to be consensus on. If you want adjustments, you don't like it, I would love to hear from you. So if you're not crazy about something, please do let your voice be heard now. This is the current lineup for the Hokit and Freeman fight as far as the community poll vote that's about to be set forth. Is this what you like? Hokit KO. I see under 1.5. Think that not crazy for thinking under 1.5. That under 1.5 line sits at plus 170. Interesting. Under 1.5 plus 170. Hokit 1 or 2 plus 150. The reason I like Hokit round 1 or 2 more is because I don't see Freeman knocking him out. So now you have 10 minutes for just 20 points. It's, 20 points less, but you have an extra 2.5 minutes. You have a hard time with anybody saying that UFC fighters are their teammates. Fair, but the UFC fighters, especially the lower level guys, I mean, they train with anybody. Your 4 props or fight ends around 1 or 2, Hokit finish, or you want to go against it round 2 to start. Okay. Sober J, almost 6 month full sense range. Perez yeah, I don't know if I believe Perez. All right, 98% of the chat is picking Hokit. I would consider lock territory for the chat. That's incredible. Wow. Congrats. Hey, thanks, bro. I feel really good, man. Not smoking has been really nice. I never expected to stop, but since stopping, I'm very happy. I'm a happy, sober savage, dude. Must add. Damn, happy, sober Jay. Okay, and one more. Hokit rounds 1 or 2. 150. Bam. All right. Get your votes up in the poll. Get your voices heard. Those are the options right in front of you. You can see it, and obviously you can vote on it as well. So what do you think? Biggest differences I noticed? I've actually gotten a lot stronger at like pulling exercises in the gym. I would say energy levels throughout the day higher, attention span better, anxiety lower. That's my overall consensus. Sleep better too. I don't feel so groggy in the morning. I used to feel like ass when I wake up. Now I wake up feeling good. Like I wake up and I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go. Whereas when I was younger, smoking every day, I was like, what? It was like waking up took me 2.5 hours. What's up, Stacks? Sober savagery. Exactly, Coltrane. Bro, if there's an upset here, yeah, he's crashing a lot of parlays. Also, chat, I just noticed we're at 49 likes, close to 50. Let's get 50 likes up in here. Let's do it. We're 35 minutes into the show. We're moving up this card at a relatively good rate. Let's get the likes moving, man. Make sure you guys smash the like button if you're enjoying. If you're a first-time watcher, make sure you subscribe. If you like content like this and even some more base content, make sure you hit the subscribe button and keep it locked in because I got a shitload of content this week. From my typical full card predictions to my live streams to the money line to the what the fuck UFC 324 to a full in-depth meat and bones main event take and this show and then tomorrow's weigh-in show. I'm covering this thing pretty savagely, you know? Pretty savagely. More like a savage than ever before. More of a Savage J coverage of the sport instead of an average J coverage, you know? Do you have days where you kind of have to force yourself to make content? And if so, what suggestion, if any, would you have? I have days like that. I think anybody's going to have days where they feel like slightly less motivated. I just say do what you have to. I don't know. Like the content style you're doing is a little different, right? Full Send Strange. I'm covering MMA. There's always something to cover. And even if there's not a video to make, I can always just go live. So I'm a bit in a different spot. But like I have the must do videos. Like I have to do full card picks. I have to do this week's best MMA bets. And I have to do the weigh-in show. And then I also have to do Moneyline. I have to do the lunchtime live every day. I have to do this PropAholics show. I have to do, you know, the fight companion and the recap. So it's like there's a lot of must-do videos. Everything else becomes like extra. And granted, I do a lot of extra because I enjoy it. Outside of the main event, second biggest fight in the card, I think it's this John Silva fight, but that might be more maybe the casual's delight. I don't know. I like the John Silva fight. I feel like Umar versus Davison low-key is a co-main event. Does that kind of sense of urgency help you? I'd say yes. Been sober for 8 years from my doc. Best decision ever. Good shit, J Hydro. I'm proud of you. Sober savage, bro. All right, let's see what the poll's looking like. 41% are on Hokit inside distance with 38 are on the KO. So, all right, get your votes in, man. I want more votes. We're currently 3 minutes into the poll. I got to leave it up for a little longer. Get those finalized votes in. You guys' votes help a lot, man. Not only is it helping, you know, yourselves, but you're even helping me out because I love to see where the community's at. So get your votes in, interact with the poll, interact with the chat, chop it up. I'm going to have a couple sips of Diet Coke here. You think Hernandez footwork trumps the 1-2 from Johnson? Well, we're about to talk about that fight. All right, I'm going to close out the poll in 30 seconds. The countdown starts now. I'm looking at the clock. Bana, 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 bana. Get your votes in the poll. Yeah, yo, man, get your votes in the poll, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You like Hokit decision. Wow. He's a finisher, though. He's finished everybody he's fought. Dun it. 3, 2, 1. Bam. Love the graphic. Thanks, Cody Marmon. Yeah, dude. I'm glad you love it. It's very efficient, you know? It's a very efficient graphic. Sip on some Diet Dr. Pepper. I actually had a sip of that earlier. My brother was having it. All right, so let's discuss these results real quick. The community has decided, in close fashion, may I add, that 42% in agreement of a Hokit inside the distance at -105. For more value, 39% have decided that Hokit by KO at +275. So a majority of the board is on this Hokit KO inside distance call. So essentially, this inside distance line seems like, you know, the rather safe call. Many in agreement. I've really only seen one person mention a Hokit by decision. And being a guy that normally finishes fights, him winning a decision in his eighth pro fight would be a first. He's never won by decision before, and he has not been in the third round since his MMA debut in 2023. You know? So, something to add there. You're going Hokit money line, totally fair. I don't think you're crazy to do that at all. You can get your screenshot in if you know, you're screenshotting it up for the numbers and you want to see what's on the table. But those are the results of the community poll as we continue to move on up the card. Okay, we got more. Honestly, we have a lot more. We don't just have a little more. We got a lot more. A lot more. All right, all right. Next fight, we have Michael Johnson versus Alexander Hernandez. So, I am very 50-50 on this fight, though my pick is Michael Johnson. He is 39, and, you know, that's a worry. But I am going to predict that the Michael Johnson hand speed ends up being a difference maker. He's able to stay safe and avoid a big right hand from Alexander Hernandez, and he's able to pull off a very hard fought and competitive split decision type of win. I think Michael Johnson, by a close decision, is the result that calls me. Now, of course, I do think that Hernandez has been looking pretty good. Hernandez coming off back-to-back KOs. Hernandez, bit of underrated punching power, albeit Michael Johnson is lightning speed and just fucked up Daniel Zellhuber and was even able to knock him down. So those that look at Michael Johnson's worst moments and only judge him by that, just recognize that Michael Johnson has had some great success in his MMA career, and he's always a tough out. We'll see what happens. May the best man win. May the best man win. May the best man win. But I do think Michael Johnson's going to get it. I'm going Michael Johnson by decision as my official call for this matchup. Now, we can look over to the odds, and we have seen the lines pretty much stay put. Johnson is a plus 120 underdog with Hernandez a minus 140 favorite. Over 2.5 rounds is minus 160. Yeah. So if you like Johnson, how do you like him? I think decision. Hey, shout out to Glass House Aquatics, the absolute certified gangster in the chat, showing some love. Glass House, thank you for showing love, bro. I appreciate you dropping a dono. It's nice to have you. Thank you very much for the $9.99. And it does feel good to be back, bro. Holy shit. Holy shit. Michael Johnson, low-key like Charles Johnson when it comes to these young killer prospects. Charles Johnson, but with, you know, more miles on the car, I must add. All right, let's write a few things down here. Right. Okay, so I got the odds in front of me. I am going to put, you know, some options for you guys on the table. We'll put a Johnson wins by decision at plus 350. We're going to put a Hernandez by KO sitting at plus 270. Let's see. A DGen line is the Johnson splitter majority decision. Is it still wide? Yes, it is. It's still in the same spot it was yesterday. Right. Okay. Okay. So Johnson decision, Hernandez KO, Johnson splitter majority decision. What is the fourth call that the people want? What is call number 4 here? What's it? If there is one, if you feel like you want me to just run 3, I can run 3. Do you want Hernandez to win by decision as a viable option? Do you want something else? I don't think Hernandez by sub. He could try and take it to the ground, but Hernandez is skilled on the ground. Or excuse me, Johnson is skilled defensively on the ground. Johnson KO. When was the last time Johnson got a KO? Ottoman is Aitar, who's pretty bad. Alan Patrick. Poirier. That's crazy. Hernandez KO decision. Johnson KO. Okay. Johnson by decision does sound about right. W PropAholics. What's up, Paulo Heretic? Good seeing you, big dog. W Hollow, bro. Good to see you, homie. Money line. Of course the money line, but we're doing PropAholics. I think Johnson will sell. All right. I know what I'm going to put as option 3. I know. Or option 4, rather. And this decision. Plus 185. Now, the poll has decided that Michael Johnson still got some juice because he has won the poll. It's the slight underdog. The 39-year-old Savage has won the poll. Still put some respect on his damn name. 60% of the chat has decided Johnson is the pick. I don't think the poll's rigged at all, man. The poll is just honest of what the people are taking, you know? So, no, the chat has decided that Johnson is the winner. All right. All right. Bam. Hernandez, Johnson, props on the slate. Get your votes in now, and let's see what you guys decide. Okay? Chat, we're also at 63 likes. We're making some good progress up the card. I would love to hit 100 likes before we get to the main card. I think it's very possible. So if you're watching this stream, if you're enjoying PropAholics, if you like these deep dives on the prop betting side, make sure you smash that damn like button for the boy. Smash the likes. W, guys. Thank you guys for showing love. Thank you guys for showing support. Cheers. You want to vote ends inside of the distance? I'm sorry, it's not an option. I'm sorry I didn't put it as an option, bro. You think the first Paramount joint is finishes coming? I mean, listen, I expect some finishes, but I think some decisions too. Maybe a mixed bag of method of victories. Hernandez won't be scared to box with Johnson like Zahuber was. Fair take by the sharp one, KZ. Fair take. Fair take by the Z-Man. Yagwan, it's the Z-Man, KZ up in here. Look at Monzi, man. Welcome back, bro. Hey, Jay, I took a break, but it's the new year. W, new outlook on MMA. Let's go. Let's go, Monzi, man. Thank you for 777, homie. I'm really happy to have you back, Monzi, man. You're a generous gem to society, and you're a real positive element to this community. Thank you for tuning in, bro. And, hey, I'm excited to see you Saturday for the fights, bro. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So currently the poll is actually really competitive between Johnson decision and Hernandez KO. So keep on voting. What's up, Herb? Good to see you, bro. The poll is close. The poll is close. Bana, 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 bana. Yeah, man, it's a competitive poll up in here. We're fixing to make some real dollars. Let's go, Monty, man. Absolutely. Absolutely, lad. Big money bread on the motherfucking table. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. Submission victory for Silva and Allen and O'Malley and a dog plus 19,000 submission. Jesus. You really want to go down as the Mystic Mac of this thing. That's wild. You think no dogs went on this card? There's got to be one. Ugh. You're on Hernandez. I can't go Johnson because the age, the overhyped win over a kid in Zahuber. Fair. I get the Hernandez side. I do think split is live, Destin. Johnson by decision is still standing strong at 34%. I'll give the poll another 30-second runaround. So get your final votes in. We're about to get the results here momentarily. We'll get the fucking drum roll going here in a moment. Bum, 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 bum. Bro, I'm getting lean, Jay, chat. I'm down from 208.8, 201.2. So slowly but surely getting the fucking body weight down like a savage. Getting down to the fucking comfort zone. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. All right. Poll closing in 10, 9. Oh my God, we have a tie. Break the tie, chat. Somebody break the damn tie. I don't even want to see the results. Somebody break the tie. I can't have a tie up in here. I can't close it out with a tie. My God. No ties, chat. More votes, bro. Some of you guys are not voting, bro. Click something. Make a vote. We need no ties, all right? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The poll is closed. The votes are in. The winner of the poll is Michael Johnson via decision at plus 350. Wow. Okay. Respect on it. In second place is going to be Hernandez to go out and win. Wow. Look at that. So, Johnson by decision, 35%. Hernandez KO, 29. Hernandez decision, 23. Then this Johnson splitter majority decision at 13%. Wow. Johnson W. Hernandez is more impressive than Zahuber. I'm not arguing. Bring back vanilla Coke. Listen, I was Coke Lime, Jay. But now, I'm World Cup, Jay. FIFA is getting an advertisement on the show. Look at that. No sugar, no calories, just a Diet Coke. Pinky's out, chat. Pinky's out. Pinky's out, chat. You know, I'm seeing 77 likes. All right, we're about to hit the 55-minute mark. I'm going to set a goal. We're less than 7 minutes away, but I'm going to set a goal. By the 1 hour mark of the stream, let's get 85 likes. So make sure if you're watching, you like what you're hearing, you're enjoying the show, don't forget to smash the like button. The like button helps me, and it helps me to help you because it, makes the shit all possible. So W to the savages hitting that like button. I appreciate you guys. Michael Johnson wins the poll. Now let's see if back-to-back Johnsons are to really shine as far as the polls and the props go. We shall find out. All right. All right. Let's move on up. Next fight on the card. Alex Perez versus Charles Johnson. The Charles Johnson attempted career-defining moment. On Moneyline, I tried to tell this point to Finch. I don't know, the percentage of people that watch Moneyline. It's probably at least 50% of the chat. And I don't know if you guys remember that, but like Finch seemed to not understand where I was going with that, right? But for Charles Johnson, this is the career-defining moment. This win changes the trajectory of his run from a Neil Magny to a contender. And it really comes down to beating Alex Perez. So this is essentially like the penultimate matchup for Charles Johnson's career. I am picking Charles Johnson. Many of us are predicting that he goes out and wins, and many are on the side of him winning rather impressively. Now, I must warn Alex Perez, one of those guys that even in his losses tends to put up decent fights, but a very much bag of shit results over the past several years, 1-6 on the last 7. And yeah, he hasn't looked good in a long while. Now, that being said, you still can't fully sleep on the guy, but I think that Johnson should be good to go in a matchup like this. I really do. So let me write down what I think are some live outcomes on the poll. Charles Johnson is a guy that has cardio, okay? And he's a guy that can win rounds. But an X factor of his game is he does have deceptively good punching power. And it's not so much just raw power like, you know, an Ateba Gautier or like a Francis Ngannou. It's precision from years of fighting. Charles Johnson by knockout is plus 425, okay? Now, I also do think that Johnson to go out and win by a decision is a live method of victory, and I'm sure a lot of people will not be as excited about that. But the Charles Johnson decision is not a crazy outcome. Johnson by KO seems like the people's consensus. Like Johnson round 3 or decision? Okay, that's interesting. Plus 130, though, it's not great. It's not really a good line. Like, you just really almost better off money lining it. What do you guys like here? Johnson via decision? Or no, excuse me, Johnson via submission or Johnson round 3 or decision? What would you rather I put if you had to pick between the two? I see a round 3 decision is solid from certified MMA fans, so I'll put it in the running. What do you guys think? What do you like? Round 3 or decision. All right, seems like people like this round 3 or decision call, but because I respect my chat, I will put Johnson round 3 or decision on the lineup at plus 130. Okay. 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 I'll also throw out a votable option of Johnson submission at plus 350, though I anticipate this probably comes in last place. All right. So I'm going to show you guys the options on the table to vote for. The poll is not even close. The poll is incredibly wide with 92% of the chat on the side of Johnson. I'll tell you guys this. I like the idea of Johnson money line a lot. If you are looking to throw on something that is bettable on the money line side or two leg parlay it at minus 170, you know, it is bettable. Not that I don't think he's very live for a finish, but I must add, it's not a bad fight to, you know, money line 2 leg or something like that. Just to put that out there, you know, so you guys know. Obviously, for PropAholics, the damn namesake of the show is the prop bet inside, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to give you honest takes. I think the money line is pretty nice for this matchup, especially if you were to parlay it with something you're very confident in. Okay, get your votes in the poll now. With the way Alex Perez was crashing into range against Almabayev, I can see Charles Johnson catching him. Absolutely, bro. You can walk Almabayev down like that, but the same strategy doesn't really work against Charles Johnson. You think this Johnson wins, but Michael Johnson loses? I mean, odds wise, the books agree, and a lot of people, of course. Hey, thank you guys for 85 likes. We just hit the hour mark. We hit the 85 like goal. That's fantastic. Now, there is one more goal. It's 100 likes before the main card. So make sure you guys keep running the likes up. We have 1, 2, 3 fights on the prelims remaining before we get to our main card. W to the chat. W to the chat. W to the people watching. Perez not an option. I mean, I gave the option of a money line Perez, but there was, majority of people on Johnson. There was no love on the Perez prop side. So if you like Perez, I mean, I'd say just money line it. I think CJ makes us proud too, Stormy Norm. I think he finally does. I think he finally pulls something big off. I like it. All right. Votes are coming in. Very competitive poll. Listen, if you're sitting in here watching, maybe you're not confident in your vote, just drop your favorite, even if you're a little nervous. I really want as many votes as possible. So don't be shy. Hit the vote button. I would love to see everybody in chat vote. I know that's not normally the case, but yeah, don't be afraid to vote. Don't be afraid to vote and let your voice be heard. Round 3 KO is my confident method in round play this week. Respect on that, Coltrane. That's ballsy. I hope you win. I think you're very live for it. You can't bet any of those cool combos on FanDuel, round 3 or decision. Yeah, some books don't have those options, which is stupid because those are great ways to play. Sorry, man. I wish you did. Wow, very competitive poll. We don't have enough votes, though. We need more, so keep on voting. The more votes, the merrier. More votes, the better. James Corn said Perez. There we go, man. James Corn says Perez. He emphasized it. Paddy stood up straight at the face-off. He told Justin everyone was making fun of his posture. I mean, his posture looked dumb. Looked like some weird McGregor spin-off posturing. It wasn't a great posture. It was a bad posture. It was garbage. Justin was like, "Did you get taller?" That's funny. Dun, 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 dun. Doing a ladder? I don't know. For the sake of the show, I don't know. Kind of like it as is. I like more the in-depth analysis side than anything else than like focusing too much on that. So, I'm trying to give takes on everything for the people watching instead of hyperfixing on it. But I get what you're saying. It's not a terrible idea for the show. It's a good idea, maybe. Something to be considered as the year goes on. We'll see. All right. The poll is pretty close. Again, I have a tie. You guys are killing me with this tie. I cannot have a tie. Get some final votes in. I want to keep moving up this card. There's a lot left to talk about. And right now we got a split on Johnson by KO and Johnson by decision. Literally 50-50 split. Even on the people's vote. Ladder challenge, like betting wise, he's saying, like, bet $100 on X, Y, or Z, and then the next time bet more and like continue to build that, like based upon the prop. I'm assuming he means. It is a solid idea. All right, I'm closing out the poll now. It's not a bad idea. It's duds. I would just, it would be something I'd have to add into like a live show. either this show or maybe even the money line. It's not really like a video style content. You know what I'm saying? All right. So very close. Johnson by decision, Johnson by KO. So this leads me to the question: what about Johnson KO or decision? What's that line? Minus 105 for that. Okay, almost plus money. But ultimately, you could just decide, hey, I'm going to go straight down the center. What's up, Ken Williams? You could just decide I'm going straight down the center. Fuck the overthought. But there you go, man. Results of the poll are in with Johnson decision winning. Second place, Johnson KO. Third is this round 3 decision, which, all 3 of the top 3 are in the 30% mark. Johnson by sub only getting 2% of the vote, way far down. There you guys go. Let's keep running. More fights to cover. More fights to cover. We got a lot. We keep on keeping on. All right. Next fight on the card is Nikita Krylov versus Modestas Bukauskas. I think Modestas Bukauskas is finishing Nikita Krylov here. I think Krylov is past his prime. I think Krylov has showed us that he's at that final stage of his fighting career. I'm not saying he's cashing out, but he's taking some fights. He's collected some final checks, and soon he'll be on his way to coaching MMA full time. Bukauskas is just a lot more primed, man. Way more primed. I cannot sit here and tell you that I think Krylov has any bit of a chance. I don't. I really don't. I like Bukauskas a lot, I will say. I think that good style, playable money line. We'll look at the betting odds here in a second, and you'll see the odds for Modestas Bukauskas just on a straight money line, minus 142. So, again, similarly, but I would say even better than the Charles Johnson side as far as the odds. You got pretty good tag here, minus 142. So it's something you could just decide, fuck it. I'm money lining it. Now, Nikita Krylov's chin seems to be gonzo. Okay? Nikita Krylov's chin seems to be completely gone. Like, I really don't think Nikita Krylov can take a good shot anymore. So, Bukauskas by KO at plus 130 stands out. Like, okay, that probably happens. Bukauskas very live to go out and get a KO finish. I will say, you look at Bukauskas' career, not known for the submission, 3 wins by submission, which, it's not like he's never submitted anybody, but it's not his bread and butter. Hey, Flagior Publis, my W dog, thank you for becoming a member, bro. You're an absolute savage. I appreciate you a lot, dude. You think Bukauskas is mediocre? Oh, shit. Listen, but Nikita Krylov is washed, though. What's Bukauskas rounds 1 or 2? Plus 115. Dude, it just brings me back to the money line. I don't give a shit if it's PropAholics. Minus 142. Fuck the rest. Krylov by submission is plus 500. I'll put that on there for the Krylov backers. Though I don't think it happens. Right. Let's see. All right. I think money line is the play for sure. Bukauskas KO1, I'll put it in there. Does anybody want a Bukauskas sub call on this slate? Does anybody want a Bukauskas rounds 1 or 2? Inside distance is minus 105. It's not necessarily a needle moving ball. What's the sub? I don't know. I think the sub is rather unlikely. Sub is plus 800. If Bukauskas got that, that's a surprise. This is one of those fights where my recommendation, you got a great line at minus 143. But it is PropAholics, so I'm going to dig deeper and attempt to find something else. But I think money line, save yourself a headache, is in your face as a damn near guarantee. I do believe that Bukauskas is very live in the first round, but I think first or second round. So I'll put Bukauskas at Bukauskas round 1 or 2 at plus 115. So those right there are going to be some options. I'll bring them up in 1 second. I'm going to first save the people's poll on the fight. Modestas Bukauskas has won the community vote at 71%, as anticipated. I don't think had a different result in their mind. I think that would be rather surprising. Krylov by sub on the lineup. Let's see. Bukauskas by KO on the lineup. Okay, what do we got? All right. So I'm going to throw up the poll here. I'm going to show you guys the options. Get your votes in the poll. And yeah, this is what the community has decided are the 4 possible calls for the fight. Bukauskas over Krylov seems like the consensus, though I wanted to include the option of Nikita Krylov by submission because I saw that question in chat. And, you know, there was 29% of the people picking his side. You know what I'm saying? Hey, have a good one, Full Sense Strange. Let's see. Yeah, Krylov, him getting laid out by Reyes, by Gushkov. You can't. I get the doubt on Bukauskas because that Cutelaba fight wasn't great. True. Cutelaba really wants to fucking win, though. I don't know about Krylov's desire. He gets hit hard, he goes down. He gets hit hard, he's like, I'm good, I'm done. Does Krylov run into a straight in the first round, or does Bukauskas work to a second round finish? I think that the first 2 rounds are Bukauskas territory. You're skipping this one? I think Bukauskas finishes him, dude. I think Bukauskas is handling business, chat. I like the odds of Bukauskas styling on him. I really don't think it's close. Seems like a bit of a blowout in the poll. I'll leave it up for another minute, but as of right now, the poll is not close. Also, chat, we're at 96 likes. We're definitely going to hit 100 likes before the main card. I want to give you guys a sincere thank you beforehand. W to the chat, man. Keep running the likes up. If you're watching for a first time, make sure you subscribe it up. Look at this guy, Johnson, a.k.a. Another Day at the Dock. Thank you for the $2. Soy how they feed cans to Ateba. Pfeiffer got GM3 to win. But Pfeiffer was not 23. Ateba Gautier is 23, bro. Though it seems like the consensus is he's not really 23. You know, on paper, he's 23, though he may have a Jose Aldo birth certificate. You know? You think if Krylov is 10% of what he used to be, he'll still win? I don't. You know, my Waldo take his flat run. You're really jumping ahead. Whoa. We'll get to the Derrick Lewis fight here soon. Let's focus on one thing at a time. Let's focus on the fact that Modestas Bukauskas by KO is in first place and it's not close. And I'm just going to close out the poll because there's no sense in running it any further. He's, you know, tech-falled the rest of the lineup. Not even close. All right. So, first place, Bukauskas by knockout at plus 130 hits 53%. Second place is Krylov by sub at 18%. Then 16% is the Bukauskas round 1 or 2. And then Bukauskas first round knockout at plus 400 hits 13%. So the consensus is Bukauskas by knockout, sensible. And obviously, you also could just play the money line and get it at like minus 140, which is not bad at all. So, you know, doesn't have to be a wild prop betting show unless you want it to be. But those are the community votes for the poll. Let's keep on running. Bang, bang, bang. Next fight up the card. It's Ateba Gautier versus Andrey Pulyaev. This fight is like a, supposed no-brainer. Skip Ateba props, pathetic, waste of a joke fight. Thank you for $2 another day at the dock. I mean, I have to do it for show's sake. I have to try to find value in some way on Ateba Gautier. Now, of course, the money line has him as an 8-1 favorite. So there's nothing you can do there. But under 1.5 is minus 215. Maybe that's the call. Maybe that's the call. Under 1.5, minus 215. Let's see. Gautier by KO is 6-1. What the fuck? Gautier KO round 1, minus 170. What the fuck? Gautier wins and under 1.5 is 2-1. Okay. Damn. Damn, there's no value. Damn, there's no value. Values, he gets fraud check KO'd. LMAO joke fight. I know another day at the dock. You can't bet it. There's no value. Thank you for the $2, bro. Under half a round. We'll see. I might bring that up. So, Gautier, I have the props. I need one more. Let me see. Is there anything else? There's Gautier KO round 1 at minus 170 or Gautier KO round 2 plus 350. Does the fight go to the second round? Andrey Pulyaev has been knocked out in the first round once. Gautier is going to be coming out like a fucking bat out of hell from the start. Shit, man. Not much you can do here. Pulyaev did survive 3 rounds with CLD, but CLD is not as much of a machine. You showed your mom a photo of Gautier. She couldn't believe his age. I know, dude. I'm not going to try to chase Gautier KO round 2. But could be fun. Okay. All right. All right. 87% of the chat are on Gautier. Okay. I'm surprised that it's only 87%. What the fuck? Thought it'd be more. I thought it'd be way more. Okay. So these are the options. Get your votes in now. This is it. This is really all you can get. Gautier Pulyaev options on the table are under a round and a half at minus 215. Gautier and the under 1.5 at minus 200. Gautier and under half a round at plus 250. And Gautier KO round 1 minus 170. Yeah, not much. Not much. The odds on over half a round minus 350. So, yeah, there's not much you can do. Not on this fight. Not on this matchup here, man. This right here is the definition of squash match. UFC wants to get their guy an impressive win on the Paramount card to kick off a potentially lucrative investments career into Paramount. Skip Davison props too. Joker fight pathetic. We got back-to-back fights that I'll fly through quickly because, yeah, there's not going to be that much to say. All right. All right. The poll is actually kind of competitive. I'll take a few more votes before I close it out. Get your final votes in, man. Make sure you give a vote. Bro, there's a plus 100 on Ateba round one. That is a gift. You should go for it. Plus money on it? Fuck yeah. Might as well sprinkle the dog. I just don't think Pulyaev has the style to win. All right. I'm closing out the poll. We get the idea. I'm not spending a fucking 20 minutes on this fight. I've already spent too much time on the fight already. So, poll results have Gautier KO1 first, second place, the under 1.5 in Gautier, third place, under half a round, and Gautier actually tied. So, maybe if you like under half a round, there you go. And under 1.5, last place. But, you know, I think all three results rather likely. My God, we got two back-to-back fights that are just complete and utter squash matches, according to the books. And, you know, there's not a lot you can do to make some bread on these fights. But I do have a pretty good take on this next fight that you could cash something there. All right, next fight is Umar Nurmagomedov versus Davison Figueiredo. And Umar's name is almost cut off there. Too damn long of a name. You can't even fit it on the damn screen over here, Umar. I think we're going to see Umar Nurmagomedov win a decision. That makes the most sense. Davison Figueiredo had that injury against Sandhagen. He got stopped, but it's not an easy guy to finish. You know, his stoppage losses have been knee injury, eye injury. So both of the TKOLs have been due to that. It's not like, you know, he's lost by a flatline KO. He did get submitted by, you know, Brandon Moreno at one point. Umar is just a decision merchant. You know, as good as he is, he's a fucking decision merchant. You can't tell me otherwise. He's a decisionator. That's the truth. You know, we can try and bullshit all around, but no, he's a decisionator. That's the God honest truth. Umar, the decision merchant, Nurmagomedov. I'm not even wasting my time keeping this poll up. Obviously, 97% Umar Nurmagomedov, the winner of the poll. Okay. Whoop de fucking do. Not surprised. So, let's see. Okay. Medov, Figueiredo. Let's see. It's fucking stupid. Money line minus 1,500. Great. All right. For 2.5, minus 175 gets a vote in. Umar by decision at minus 125. I like that one the most. A W to Flagrant Publis for 3 months of membership. Gautier to win in the first 60 seconds, plus 870. Holy shit. You know what, though? I think Pulyaev could survive that first 60 seconds. I don't know. That's why it's plus 870. Another day at the dock. Thank you for the 2. Don't bet this fight. Some weird BS is going to happen. I just see Umar getting a decision. But maybe he goes out and fucking finishes. Umar by KO seems low likely. Submission, I think, is his finish chance. Plus 160 for submission. All right, what else here? Damn. Jeez. Bruh. What else is there to put on this one? Really, this is it. Figgy 40 might take the easy way out. You want me to put Umar inside distance? Plus 120? I'll do it. I'll do it. That's essentially what you're asking me another day at the doc. Thank you for the 2. I'll do it just for you. All right. So let's throw some polls in. Please vote. But this one is just... Bam. Bam, bam, bam. Get your votes in now. Get your votes in now. Yeah, Umar by decision is my call. I'm with it. I'm with Stormy on that. I mean, sub maybe, but I don't think it's that live. Figueiredo's got good jits, bro. He's a black belt. He's hard to fucking sub. It's a 3-round fight too. I don't know. Bro, that's crazy. It's minus 19 degrees by you, and it's minus 21 tonight. Holy shit. Can you even walk outside in a t-shirt in that type of weather, or you just fucking freeze? I'm happy to not be dealing with that. I really am. I'm happy to be in Florida. When I hear things like that, I'm like, fuck that shit. Chat, we're at 111 likes. Let's get 120 likes before we jump to the main card. Minus 21? What the fuck? That's insane, bro. Holy shit. That's crazy. What the hell? Are you wearing an AI shirt? It's the PropAholics shirt, bro. It's the PropAholics Savage shirt. Yeah, I'm moving to AJ once they get richer. Good strategy, Stormy. That's too cold, bro. Y'all are crazy. I'm good. Today you couldn't feel your hands or feet working. I'm not surprised. What the fuck? I respect it though. You guys are hustling, bro. No, it's not snowing by me. That's North Florida. It ain't the cold that gets just the wind. The wind chill is fucking crazy. Florida boys up. Exactly, bro. Florida boys savage mode up in here. 20 degrees in Denver, but it's going to be 53 in Vegas when I get there. 53 is good. I don't mind weather like that. I don't even mind like the 20s, bro. It's just that fucking negative shit is crazy. Okay, so I want to show you guys the results. You know what I'm saying? Before we get to the main card. So first place, Nurmagomedov by decision, agreed. Second place is him by sub. Third place is inside distance. And then last, fourth, over 2.5. I think he wins the decision. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he goes out and wins the decision, guys. So that is going to be my call. I'm going to say Umar Nurmagomedov via decision. Makes a lot of sense. That's a sensible side. That's a high likely call. It's got the right feel to it, and I think it happens. All right. Now, if you guys are watching and enjoying, I said it, a minute or so ago, but I'll reemphasize. We're at 114 likes. Let's get 120 likes up in here to jump up to the main card. We got 225 people watching live. Hello to everybody. We're almost a quarter of a way to 1K live viewers, which I think as the show starts to kick on for the big cards, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility to get 1,000 watching live. So make sure you guys smash the likes, help the boy out. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for interacting too. I really appreciate all you guys voting. Your votes make a difference, man. I like to have the empirical evidence for the community. This is the community show. You can come, get your vote, get your voice heard, have a fantastic time with me. So, W to all you guys. All right. It is time for Big J to start making waves. It is time for Big J to start making magic happen. It is time for the main card. Thank you guys for the 120 likes. All right. Starting off the main card, Arnold Allen versus John Silva. I think this is a really competitive fight. I'm picking John Silva to win, but Arnold Allen's really good. The odds for the fight have Silva at over the -200 tag. He's taking on a guy in Arnold Allen who's been there against some of the best. Movzar, Max Holloway. There's good names on the resume for Arnold Allen. He's high-level MMA. John Silva's biggest win is, Bryce Mitchell. So the hype on Silva is real, okay? The potential on Silva is absolutely sky high. But there is a reality of a fact that we need to consider. Arnold Allen can fucking fight, and put some respect on his name. I am absolutely doing so. You should too. I left John Silva out of my confident picks for a reason, because I just feel as though it is scary on the side of a guy that showed a real flaw from bottom position against Diego Lopez, and he's taken on a seasoned vet. With that being said, I'm still going to predict the Silva win, And I think that Gene has some earth-shattering power, and I think that he's live to get some big punches through the guard. So even though I have a lot of respect for Arnold Allen, and I'm sitting here kind of praising him a little bit, I have to be sincere. I think that John Silva is live for a KO, and I will still put that as a viable option in the poll. Now, on the flip side of that, I think there's some folks that are kind of feeling the Arnold Allen side too. It seems pretty split. Do you guys prefer, for those, because I'm seeing a good percentage of you guys voting Allen in chat, do you guys prefer I put Arnold Allen by decision on the lineup for the prop? Or do you like the submission more? Or do you even like the KO? What is the A side? Give me Allen KO. I don't care anymore. Fighting nerds curse. Damn, another day of the doc. Thank you for the 2. But hey, Cortes broke it. Maybe it's a trap spot. I don't know. For me, I just felt like, let me stay on the sidelines and just enjoy. If there's one fight in this card I just want to enjoy, it's this one. So that's why I left John Silva out of like any confident picks or anything like that. But I do think there's a pathway for his success. Allen inside distance. What's that line? Let's see. Allen inside distance is plus 650. If you like Allen inside distance, I understand. Everybody respecting Allen, but nobody picking him. I think that's the right way to call it. You don't think Allen finishing Silva? Allen by decision is 3-1 odds. I'll put that on the lineup. Okay. AIHA already showed Allen sub. Yeah. Just sit back and enjoy this one. Silva's good when he isn't super emotional. Allen isn't a guy to touch that part of the matchup, so I think Silva all day. Fair. I think Silva's live to knock him out. I do. I'll put a Silva by decision on the lineup. Because the AIJ witnessed the sub for Allen. I don't know if you guys saw the image. If you guys haven't watched some of my other content this week, like a what the fuck UFC 324, you probably haven't seen it. So, for the sake of those people, I'm going to actually put it up right now. This is from the future. I was sent this from a time traveler, and you know, I don't know what to make of it, but this is an image, real image that I've seen of John Silva being choked out. So, you know, maybe there's some merit on it. I don't know. This is what the future has sent. I was sent to this from the future. So if you want to back Allen by sub, I will put that as an option to vote on. He must have got his teeth smashed in beforehand. That's funny as fuck. The chat is picking the side of Silva at 63%, which I think is quite fair. Silva's got to prove it to us, man. I'm not going to bet Silva in a parlay or anything like that. And obviously, I wouldn't money line it. I'm not crazy about touching anything with the Silva fight. But, you know, if you're feeling like having a good time, Allen by sub plus 1,200 line, you can see the options for the votes right in front of you. You guys can get your votes up in the poll now and let me know what you're thinking. Hey, W Hibernation. How have we been so far? Are we in alignment for a lot? What is the general consensus of it so far? Where we at? Where we at? Banum. You think Silva kills him? Yeah, Silva by KO is at 62% of the vote already. Damn. I didn't necessarily expect the Silva KO to jump that fast. That's pretty fucking impressive. Shit. There you go. People ain't playing around, bruh. Think Silva too quick and calculated? He's got really good timing. He does. He has a rare, timing ability. He's a different animal, bro. A different animal. I'm not even going to waste the time keeping the poll up because it's so wide right now. There's no coming back. The Silva KO side has clearly won. You guys will see it right here. Silva by KO wins at 64% of the people's polls. So starting the main card off, the anticipation is Silva via knockout, not just a win. Silva via violent knockout here. I understand it. I get it. And I think odds are he's cracking Arnold Allen down the center, rocking his shit pretty bad. Taking the low IQ slot parlay, Allen, D-Lou, JG, KOs. You're a fucking menace another day. Like that is the fucking absolute freak slot, bro. But good luck. If Silva loses, he's not out of the UFC. It's just, he's not on the title track anymore, which is what they're trying to build him up to be. So there you go with the voting results. Silva by KO easily wins. And let's continue to move up this card as we approach the ladies fight. Natália Silva versus Thug Rose Namajunas. So I'm calling Natália Silva by decision. That makes the most sense to me. Natália Silva, quite good, really starting to come together. But she is, a decision queen, right? You look at her UFC wins, the impressive ones, 4 decisions in a row. The finishes are against like Victoria Leonardo and Teresa Bleda. Also has a decision win against Jazz Davicius in 2022. But as of recent, has looked sharp. I mean, the Alexa Grasso win, impressive for sure. Able to, piece up the former champ and look pretty damn sharp. So Natália Silva seems like a pretty obvious pick. especially against, a Thug Rose that he's not old at 33, but, I don't think is the same level of peak contender as Natália, especially at this weight class. The odds for Natália Silva, minus 350. I do feel that she is a confident pick for me. I would be rather surprised to see her lose this fight. Now, how do I see her winning? Unfortunately, I see that Silva decision side coming through with, high confidence, and, that's kind of trash, but it is what it is. I'll throw it in there for now, and I'll see if we find something else. Silva, unanimous decision. If you get minus 130, you're lucky, but I'm seeing minus 180. That's pretty bad. What is the spread here? Natália Silva, minus 3.5. If Natália Silva 30-27's Thug Rose, it's plus 100. Does she 30-27 her? Does she land more than 60 significant strikes? I think that she lands more significant strikes. Is it 60? What do you guys think? Natália Silva minus 3.5. Yes or no? What do you think? What do you guys think, chat? I need the chat's advice here. Silva KO at plus 430. I mean, if you want me to throw a KO in there, I'll do it for you. I don't think it's likely at all. I really don't. More than 60 strikes. All right. Listen, the significant strike totals, they have over 60 and a half significant at minus 116. I'll put it in. Okay. All right. Right. I got the options that I want to present to you. I got the options. Volk's most confident pick is Rose. I don't agree with him, bro. I think that he's not up to date on just how good Natália Silva is with those blitzes and the countering factors with her speed and her footwork. I think Volkanovski's unfortunately falling into old guard bias, which is really annoying. Right. Votes in. Bang, bang, bang. These are your options in front of you. What are you guys thinking as we close to the main event? Moving on up the main card and damn close to the main event. See? You're betting Thug Rose purely on simp factor. Exactly that, useless. Yes. He has an underdog bias for sure. He also went Arnold Allen, confident. No, I don't think Gaethje's pulling out of the fight with Staff. I just think he's going to lose the fight. I think we're going to see Paddy make it look easy. That's why I did the video on it earlier. I will link that video from earlier today at the end of this stream. I will link it up. Wow. Silva by decision is quickly out the gate at 66%. I'll leave it up for another 30 seconds or so. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a contest. It is great for the UFC to be back, Big Pelican. Fuck yeah. All right. It's not even close. I'm not wasting time here. So I'll read you guys the results. It's not close at all. In first place is Silva by decision. Second place, Silva KO. Third, Silva minus 3.5. And last place is the over 60 significant strikes. Yes, Silva by decision is 2-1 odds with 69% of the people's pick. It makes a lot of fucking sense. Let me tell you that. So I'm in agreement. I'm with the people. I think you guys are on the right side of history. I think we all are. I think Natália Silva by decision feels like one of the more sensible props of the night, and it reflects the minus 200 odds, which sucks, but it is what it is. Let's jump up to the featured fight of the night. Waldo Cortes-Acosta versus Derrick Lewis. Winner of this fight is probably in a number one contender fight against Alexander Volkov. Maybe if, Cyril Gane is unavailable, a Tom Aspinall return looms. Who knows? The winner of this fight could find themselves in something crazy. But I have to look at the likelihood of success. Option A, I think 4 out of 5 times, is Waldo able to get the victory. You know? But on the flip side, I think Derrick Lewis always has a knockout chance. It's hard to look past the Derrick Lewis punch power because it's out of this fucking world. Even at 40. Problem is, we haven't had a ton of relevant fight time for Derrick Lewis recently. The Nascimento fight, he looked kind of sluggish, and that fight went into the 3rd round. The most recent fight was a weird stoppage against Taliesin Teixeira, which ended in round number 1. So, we don't have a ton of Derrick Lewis evidence. He's on the peptides now. I don't know how much of a difference that will make. Looking at the lines here, as far as the prop odds. Oh my God, 70% of the chat is on Lewis. Everybody's picking D. Lew. Okay. Well, for the sake of the people, I will throw up a Lewis KO line because why the fuck not? It's PropAholics, Lewis by KO plus 335. Always a chance for it. Let's see. Wow, Waldo by KO is only minus 125. That's so trash. That's so trash. Fight ends by KO is now minus 250. I do like that prop a lot, though. I don't give a shit. I'm putting that prop in there. I think that prop hits. I think the fight ends by KO. Let's see. All right. Let's see. What's Waldo wins round 1 or 2 plus 130? Let's see. Okay. There you go. Yeah, so D-Lew might look crazy, Ben. I respect anybody picking D-Lew. I mean, respect to the chat. He's won. It's close at 56%. It's not a complete blowout. It opened up fast, but as more votes came in, things evened out a little. So Lewis, 56%. Now, as far as the poll votes, I'm going to put them up to the table right now. I think the fight ends by KO, dude. Now, it's not a great line at minus 250, but I think it happens. Lewis versus Waldo. Votes, put them in. Those are your available options. I am predicting that Waldo pulls it off, but I won't lie and say I'm not rooting for Derrick Lewis low key. And again, bro, I'm getting phone calls from the future and I'm getting sent images from the future. I don't know what's going on. I don't know whether to believe it or not, but this is looming. Waldo getting absolutely cracked by Derrick Lewis. This image is out there. So remains to be seen if this is actually from the future or not, but maybe it happens. Maybe it really does happen. So, I don't think you're nuts for going Lewis by KO. I get it. I think the fight definitely ends by KO, and may the best man pull out the win. The Greek sent Big J that. It's crazy. He sent me it, bro. He said, holy shit, there it is. The Greek sent it my way. Chat, we're also at 132 likes. Let's get 140 up in here, man. Make sure you guys smash the like button if you're watching and subscribe if you're new. I appreciate everybody tuning in to the in-depth PropAholics breakdown on a beautiful Thursday. Not even 10:30 yet. Yeah, I got a haircut, bro. You didn't know that? I trimmed my hair, bro. I like it a lot better. I got more like that Armand Sarukian length haircut now. Damn, bro. Lewis by KO has blown the pole out of the water. Holy shit. And it's not even close, chat. It's not even close, chat. Lewis by KO is 54%, comes in first place. Holy shit. Fight ends by KO at 19% in second, which is sensible. Waldo KO at 16, and Waldo around 1 or 2. Is 11%. Wow, the Lewis's witness is going crazy. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The love on D. Lew is unmatched. I mean, nothing but respect to the Derrick Lewis fan base, you know? Nothing but respect to the love on Derrick Lewis. I got a lot of respect for it. But I think that, you know, I think where's Waldo's live to put him away? I don't know where D. Lew is at right now. I can't say D. Lew with confidence. But I do think the fight ends by KO. I think it ends inside of the distance. Somebody's most likely getting fucked up, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's getting fucked up. But there you go. There's your lineup. We got 2 fights left, chat. We got 2 fights left. It's the final 2 fights. Here we go. Get your votes in. Let's move on up. Co-main event of the evening. Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. My prediction is Sean O'Malley to win. I'm picking him by decision. I think the distance, boxing, and footwork advantage will be the 2 ultimate difference makers between the 2. I think Song is going to attempt a grappling heavy approach, but I feel rather confident that Sean O'Malley has the tools to deal with that approach. And I think Sugar Show is going to be all right, bro. Well, now, some respect on the Sugar Show. I think Sugar Show is going to do good. I think Sugar Show is going to show out. I'm confident in Sean O'Malley. I think Sean O'Malley decision makes a ton of sense. The decision prop odds we'll bring up here, and we'll check out what we can do for the prop bet inside on this Sugar Show fight. So Sean O'Malley is, you know, around the minus 200 range as the favorite here. And I think it's a 2-leg parlay piece, of course. If you look at it from a logical perspective, durable, Song Yadong, O'Malley, very precise, but O'Malley knocking Song out, O'Malley winning a decision makes a lot more sense to me. I think Sugar Show on the judges' scorecards is something that just calls my name. And I think it happens, man. I know people really want to see an O'Malley KO. I know. I know people really want to see the O'Malley dropping bombs of the past, but to knock out Song, tough. I'll put it as an option, you know, for those voting in the poll, because I'm sure some people like the chance of him pulling the KO off at plus 350. I'll also do the contrarian side, which is Song by decision at plus 275. Let's see. Let's see. Does Song land over 1.5 takedowns? Maybe. Maybe. Damn, the significant strike totals are crazy for O'Malley. 76. That's worrisome. What do you guys like as the third option? These are the 2 I have right now for the fight. You see O'Malley and Song there. Let me scroll down to make it the priority of it. O'Malley Song, O'Malley decision, O'Malley KO. Song decision. Obviously, I like the decision for Sugar. I haven't seen it yet, Doug. I've been streaming the whole time. Jersey Girl by KO is a good pick, Paul. You're right. Big J going against D. Lou. I'm sorry, even though I'm rooting for him. O'Malley KO is on there. What do you guys want? All right, I'm going to put in what I want then. Song over 1.5 takedowns. I know he's going to shoot for takedowns. Song over 1.5 takedowns at plus 120. Or plus 130. Okay. Bang, bang. Wow. What the fuck? The poll is 50-50? The poll is 50-50? This fight is 3 rounds, not 5 rounds, for those wondering. The poll is 50-50 down the center? What the hell? Hey, Leo DNB, thank you for 79 cents, bro. The poll is 50-50? I'm double taking it that. I didn't expect a 50-50 poll at all. 50-50. That's crazy. Wow, some serious Song Yadong's witnesses, chat. Listen, I respect you on the song side, though. Get it twisted. I do. I respect it. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Holy shit. I'm sitting here slightly flabbergasted, bro. Wow. I'm going to close out the poll. O'Malley at 55% in a near neck and neck with Song Yadong. That's not something I expected. I thought it would be 70% O'Malley. I think Lewis being a confident pick from the chat, and then it shifted over to closer, actually, so it's not as surprising. That's wild. I didn't expect Sean O'Malley to be close with Song. You guys really surprised me today. I really thought it was like 70-30, 65, maybe. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, you guys, hey, surprising me. You guys surprising me today. Cheers. Cheers. Oh, shit. Almost knocked the microphone down. Holy hell. Do we sound that right? Jesus. Gave the microphone a right hook to the fucking chin. Hit the microphone with the 2-piece in the soda. Hard fucking right hand to the mic. Holy shit. What the hell? Wow. W to the chat's playing with the dongs. You're right. I see you, Stormy. Chat's playing with the dongs. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. They do got me uneasy with that poll. Really caught me off guard. Really surprised. Really, really surprised. I didn't think so. I am surprised, genuinely. I didn't anticipate it to be close like that. Not at all. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Uneasy J, right? Uneasy J. And even now, I mean, it's within 10 points. Listen, it's the co-main event. I need 100 votes, man. We got well over 200 people watching. I want 100 votes for this. Make sure you guys vote like madmen, please. Your votes help. So do us all a favor and drop your votes. Let's go, Lethal Sugar. Exactly, bro. Sugar Show is the fucking boy. You got a sorry Asian brother from another mother. Oh, shit. Hey, what's up, Zohan? Good to see you, bro. You don't mess with the Zohan. Do I have a show I'm watching right now? No. Why? You can hear something in the background? Or is it because I'm looking to the right? Bana, bana, bana. Bana, bana, bana. Bana, bana. I'll be honest, I was just looking at my screen here. I was looking at the O'Malley song screen and shit. Because I have the screen here with my actual broadcast on. Oh. I mean, I started watching that Tell Me Lies show Jersey Girl put me on. And I was like, fuck this. I'm not watching this shit. And low key, it's actually pretty good. Like low key, it's solid. But you meant like, does it sound like I got a show on in the background? You got me nervous. I'm like, fuck, you hear shit in the background? About to crash out. Fallout seems cool. It just makes me want to play the game low key though. Chat, we're at 72 votes. All right, let's go 75 votes. That'll be good. Why do I see with my nightmares? Yadong, armbar, and Sean? Oh my God. I don't see it. That's a nightmare. That's why. I think John Silva will be more precise. I do, Nate Pitts. Yeah. Donna, Donna. I'm closing out the poll in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The poll is closed. You're from Arizona, so you repping Sean and Justin all day. Respect. Fallout New Vegas, bro. I have only played it a couple of times. I never beat it or anything. I never like played the whole story. But like I always think about playing that game. I just haven't gotten around to it. And I don't want to play it on this computer because I don't want to game on my work computer, you know? All right, so polls are up. O'Malley decision, 43% at plus 100. Song decision, plus 275 at 29% of the people's vote. So, you know, good second place. O'Malley KO at 19 and Song over 1.5 takedowns, only 9%. O'Malley by decision is the consensus pick, and the majority of the community is anticipating the going distance. BJJ training for Song, I'm expecting is a ton, bro, but I don't see him subbing him Scent Wars. I don't think so. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'm stubborn. I'm stubborn on some of my takes, bro. You should try a Taylor of Two Wastelands. What is that? You're 100% all Fallout New Vegas achievements recently, hoping the remaster comes. If they do a remaster, I promise you, I will fucking cop that. That's one game I would definitely cop the remaster. I thought about Oblivion, I didn't do it. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Gaethje versus Pimblett. The violence is going down in the main event. Oh, shit. It's main event time. Okay? It's time to really get on business. I hope you guys are enjoying PropAholics this late evening. Make sure you guys watch and do me a favor. Hit that damn like button. Subscribe to the channel if it's your first time watching. If you're watching on replay, shout out to the replay gang. Make sure you drop a W in the comments. And also make sure you hype the stream too to boost the algorithm for your boy a little bit. All right? Justin Gaethje, Paddy Pimblett. If you know, you know my base take on this fight is Paddy makes it look easy. I did a video today. Paddy Pimblett makes it look easy. This is the video. Right there in your face. Right over there. Bang, bang, bang. Right there. It's up on the channel. I'll link it up at the end. I'll put it in the damn description, okay? And you can watch that video. You can get pissed at me, maybe. But I think he's going to show out. I think we're going to see Paddy the Baddy absolutely show out against a well past his expiration date Justin Gaethje. Underrated striking of Paddy Pimblett. Underrated striking pressure of Paddy Pimblett. Underrated hands, underrated explosiveness, and definitely underrated kicking skills. On the ground, he's properly rated. We know what he can do on the ground. We know that Paddy the Baddy is a menace to society when fights hit the mat. Okay? And I think Paddy is not only going to win, I think Paddy is absolutely going to perform. And I think people are going to say, holy fuck. Holy fuck. Paddy destroyed Gaethje. Don't be surprised if he hurts him on the feet neither. You'll see. You'll see. You'll see. It's PropAholics, okay? So we got to get into the prop betting side of things. We got to look at what are some options. Again, if you've been watching all week, you obviously know my take. If you watched the video earlier today, you obviously know my take. If you haven't seen any of the content yet, my prediction is Paddy Pimblett wins this thing by finish. I think Paddy very live to go out and get a submission this fight. Now, Paddy inside of the distance doesn't necessarily jump at me. I've been liking submission. It's actually now only plus 110. It was in the plus 120 range before, which was, I think, a lot nicer. But it is what it is. All right. So I'm just going to put Pimblett sub at plus 110 down on the slate as option A for the side. Now, I do anticipate Paddy the Baddy finishing the fight within the first 3 rounds. Fortunately, we don't really have a Pimblett rounds 1. Oh, we do. We have Pimblett round 1, 2, or 3 plus 120. Pimblett round 1, 2, or 3. I mean, I'll put it there. I don't love the odds. I'm also going to give Chad a chance to speak. I'm not just going to keep ranting without listening to anything you guys got to say. Let's see. Justin's staff may very well be a negative element of the fight for him. Yes. Absolutely. Let's see. Paddy sub round 3. That's the call. 3rd round sub. Like Paddy KO 1, 2, or 3. You like Paddy KO to range shots from top? I'll put the KO line up there for you. I think the sub hits, but I will put Pimblett by KO for you. Plus 375. What is Paddy's sub round 2? It's not that good at plus 575. Paddy sub round 3. Paddy only fights people on losing streaks. Well, Derrick Lewis, but Justin Gaethje coming off a win. Gaethje coming off a dub. Gaethje decision. I have to put something in Gaethje's favor for the people on Gaethje, so I'll put a Gaethje decision. Gaethje by decision sits at plus 500. Okay. Now, the poll straight slightly favors Paddy the Baddy. Gucci Mamba saying his boy Gaethje going to make it to the White House card. We'll see. All right. Let me get it all written out. Let me get it all written out here. Okay. Okay. Right. And Gaethje decision. Okay. Get your votes up in the poll now for the main event. The last fight we're covering tonight. For the interim title. Gaethje by decision takes the lead. Not a surprise because it's the only Gaethje option there. Not a huge surprise. So the Paddy backers got to vote heavy here. Sugar plus Paddy 2-legger plus 104, and I called it at plus 117. That's the Lock City parlay. I think it hits for sure. I feel pretty damn good about it too. Paddy by sub makes too much sense. I agree, bro. Get your votes up in the poll. Let's see which way the people roll. Make sure you guys hit the likes. We're at 148. Let's get 150 likes live. That's pretty fucking awesome. Round 2 KO. Oh, shit. It's showtime. Got a feeling Paddy going to have trouble with the takedown and he gets KO'd. I understand that consensus. I think he can get to the body locks. And I think Paddy's striking is pretty good, bro. Deceptive striking. Disrupts the rhythm and flow. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I think I do know. I really believe it. I really believe in Paddy the Baddy. That highlight gonna knock PP into the stratosphere. Okay. Okay, the Gaethje's witnesses. I knew the Gaethje's witnesses would be coming in heavy. The madman for Gaethje. The Gaethje's witnesses. All right. Okay. All right. All right, bro. All right, Brody. I think Pimblett gonna sub him. I think Pimblett gonna sub him up. I think Pimblett gonna make him say, I've had enough. I think Pimblett subbing him up. I think Paddy Pimblett by submission is the motherfucking A side for a reason. Yeah. The A side for a reason. The A side for a motherfucking reason, man. Hell yeah. Why is Gaethje KO not an option? Not enough people were asking for it, bro. But if you want, I can throw it in a secondary poll just for you. Damn, Paddy's a child compared to Gaethje. Is crazy. It's not so much as an easier matchup for Paddy than Chandler, but Chandler was running from him. Gaethje doesn't run. JG KO, add it to the slot parlay, casuals paradise. Good luck another day, the doc. Thank you for 199. That is the slot paradise. Listen, I'm going to close out the poll. I got a request, though. I got a request. I will remove one of the lines and do a secondary poll for those that are asking. So we'll go Pimblett by sub. Okay. We'll go Pimblett wins rounds 1, 2, or 3. Okay. We will go Gaethje by decision at plus 500. And we will also put down Justin Gaethje by a knockout, which is plus 450. No, 425. Excuse me. Go plus 425. Alternate poll for the people. So I'm not satisfied with this one. Okay. That's why I'm willing to do another one. It's a main event. Cheers. Let's see. See what happens, man. Yo, y'all Paddy Pimblett backers better have my back here. Everybody's going hard on Gaethje KO now. That's crazy. I'm not fucking risking my head being shaved. This is a fist fight. I like my hair as is. Paddy hasn't enough big experience in the big leagues. I get the mentality on y'all. Come on, Pimblett sub believers. Where are you, bro? Have my back. Have my back. The Gaethje KO side is getting a lot of love right now. Gaethje has 20 KOs. Holy shit. Look at Paddy's last 5. I get it another day at the doc. Thank you for 199. I get it. Listen. He's 37. AJ's already bald. AJ's already bald, Jay. Exactly. Gaethje's on his way out. Lethal Sugar gets it. He's on his way out. Paddy's on his way up, man. Look at that. The Paddy backers got my back, bro. We're winning this poll. We are winning this poll. We are winning this poll. close out the show. We're winning this shit. Look at that. I'll leave it for another minute. Let's go. Paddy backers, get your votes in. Let's go. I think it's better for the sport if Paddy wins. You can see a Gaethje KO. I don't think Gaethje is this shitty and washed up. Stephen McTowney, thank you for $2. I think also Paddy's a little underrated, though. I think he's going to show out. I think you guys will see. Gaethje's vulnerable, bro. Even on the feet, I think Paddy could get to him. Paddy decision. That's interesting, Irvin. Shit. 20 seconds on the poll. Poll option 2. Keep the Paddy sub votes coming. The Gaethje clan trying to get us, bro. Y'all better vote for Paddy sub right now. Here we go. Here we go. We're on the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The poll closes out. Paddy by sub is still the winner. And I did an alternate poll with the Gaethje by KO. Let's go. Feels almost as good as when he wins Saturday. The alternate poll, Paddy still polls it. Now, Gaethje by KO hit 34% on this one. Okay? Only 13% went with Gaethje decision this time. But in the last poll, 39% went Gaethje by decision. So interesting to see the mix-up when we change things with the poll. But I did a double poll for you guys. So those are the consensus calls for the masses. Paddy Pimblett to win by submission is the community call. Gaethje KO will have casuals like a moth to a flame. Thank you another day for the $199. I agree. I agree. Paddy Pimblett by sub double wins. Okay, he's already 2-0 against Gaethje. O'Malley by decision at plus 100 wins. Lewis by KO is a winner. Silva by decision is a winner. Okay? Jean Silva by KO is a winner. Umar by decision is a winner. Gautier round 1 is a winner. Bukauskas by KO is a winner. Johnson by decision is a winner. Charles Johnson. Michael Johnson by decision is a winner. Hokit inside distance is a winner. Smotherman decision is a winner. And Miller by KO is a winner. So I said to myself, okay, I don't want to go too degen and go too crazy on y'all with, complete and utter degeneracy. But I was like, what can I do real quick to satisfy the people's need for degenerate parlays? Well, we could go right here. Hokit inside distance, Miller KO, Pimblett sub, O'Malley decision, Umar decision. Are you crazy enough to play it? Now, if you're also like, bro, give me Modestas Bukauskas. I believe in Modestas Bukauskas plus 7,769. We're looking for degen shit only. You understand me? 5-leg minimum. This is a 6-leg. And then if you like Natália Silva to win a decision, you put her on the lineup too. Natália on the cards. Bam. Plus 12,140. Now, of course, you could just ride with Pimblett submission, O'Malley decision, Umar decision, right? Natália decision, something safer like that. Or you could put like O'Malley, Pimblett, obviously their method of victories. And then you could say, hey, I'll put Hokit inside distance. Or, hey, I'll put Miller by KO. Or, hey, I'll go with Silva by decision. You're not going to get as crazy a steam. But I wanted to close the, show out with some craziness here. At plus 12,140, there is the absolute degenerate, propaholic, next level lineup. Okay? Degen AF. Degen AF to close it out. That's the right way to do it. All right? 6-leg minimum, 7-leg minimum. All right? So I will have all of the Propaholics notes in the Discord. Hopefully you guys went through and screenshotted what was. If you're not in the Discord, well, you don't have access to the notes like that, but you can watch the video and you'll see the notes. Real OG slot parlay is D-Lou, Justin Gaethje, Ateba Gautier KO, AA KO. You mean Ateba Gautier? Arnold Allen KO. That is Degen. Thank you for $199, bro. We're about to hit Saturday, all right? We're less than 48 hours away now. I have the weigh-in show tomorrow evening, all right? Weigh-ins are on at 7. I'll do that video ASAP after they finish. I'm doing lunchtime live 200 tomorrow. Make sure you guys tune in the afternoon. That is it for me. Have some fun, you know what I'm saying? Bet responsibly. Don't go out and go crazy. Do your own research. See where you line up with mine. This show's good to get an idea of what the masses are thinking. Now, before I close out the show, you can see that pretty face right there. What is that? What is that? What is Big J talking about? Well, I wanted to do a base take video. It's a really good individual fight breakdown. Okay. So check out my latest video. It's a must watch. It's based. And if you're on Gaethje, you're going to be pissed. If you're on Paddy, you're going to be delighted. Go give it a watch right now. It needs some more likes, man. And also give it a review because I said at the beginning of that video, I need 150 likes on it. And I'll start making it a more regular thing, doing more base take main event or co-main event breakdowns for some of the marquee matchups this year. At least give it a quick watch and a run through and a review in the comments. Nothing to say in the comments, W. Smash the likes here. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching PropAholics. It's been an absolute pleasure. And if you're not sick of me yet, I anticipate many of you are not, go watch my 21-minute video. All right? That'll keep you up. Love you guys. See you for Lunchtime Live tomorrow. Peace out. Happy PropAholics and happy